Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Barry Television Africa again. Today, we are going to look at the story that is going around between Pastor Chris OKAFOR and our sister Doris. Doris is all over the place telling her story that Pastor Chris OKAFOR promised her marriage. And because of that, she left her husband. Nobody was there when the promise was made. It's only the two of them that knows the whole story. But this is what we know. Doris said Pastor Chris OKAFOR promised her marriage, and as such, she left her former husband because Chris has promised her. She also alleged that during their relationship between the pastor, she was pregnant and eventually got a miscarriage. That is unfortunate. She also alleges that his only brother died, and she also said the only thing that the thing that really pains her is the knocking. The knocking. She emphasized on that. Nobody knows how the pastor knocked her to the extent that she cannot forget. Could it be that it was because of the knocking that our sister left the husband? Could it be that the way the pastor handled her was why she decided, no, I cannot. Maybe the former husband was not able to handle her, and that was why she left her. And the lesson that we have to learn here is that you have to be a good character, meaning knocking doesn't keep a man. It's only good character that keeps a man. Some are speculating about the reasons why Pastor Chris, having been with her for 7 years, did not go ahead with the marriage with our sister. Some said she is a woman, but not a wife. Some said she was rude, and that's why Chris went for a different woman. Some have also alleged that Pastor has a big bola, that it was because of the bola that our sister cannot forget Pastor Chris. This issue of Chris, this is not the first controversy surrounding our pastor. Remember the other woman that has some disabled or hand that stretches when the way she do it. I don't know how she did it, but there's a way she can do her hand and then it will go in and out. Although Chris was not the first person that used that woman for miracle. And these are the things non-Christians are seeing in the Christendom that is chasing them away because of all these miracles that are fake. And those are the things that are chasing people away from church to believe God and all that. We need to be very careful with the way we go about this miracle and stuff. But that is not the topic of today. The topic is about the promises Chris made to our sister Doris. Was it a promise that will break her heart to the extent that Chris, the relationship between Chris and her is in the public today? So the lesson we're going to take from their issue is that if you don't want to marry somebody, don't promise them that you're going to marry them, because it leads to broken of hearts. And one thing our sister emphasized on was the knocking part. And when Chris proposed to a different woman, she cannot, our sister Doris cannot handle that, but to go. She said that they've been together for 7 years, since 2017, if I'm not mistaken. And that's a long time. And with that, as a woman and as a man, what do you think about what is really unfolding? It's unfortunate that Doris got that miscarriage, and that his only brother died, and she also said she was in prison by Chris. So all those things lead to her emotions, and she says she is not okay. She is not well. Is she sick in the head, or is it sick because of the disappointment from our pastor Chris? Guys, I would like to hear from you what you think about this story. And before I leave you today, let me play a video. Chris is talking about sin, describing some sins that are bigger than the other. Let's listen to our pastor Chris.
That conquers idolatry and immorality have solved 90% of his problem. That you don't bow down to money. No matter what happens, you say the truth, you do the right thing, you have conquered the enemy. Any man that conquers idolatry and immorality have solved 90% of his problem. That you don't bow down to money. No matter what happens, you say the truth, you do the right thing, you have conquered the enemy. The immorality, a man that can stay and keep himself from sexual sin. Because when we say sin, sometimes we say sin, oh, sin is sin. Sin is not sin. There are sins higher than others. Jesus said, every other sin, he said, some sins can be forgiven. He said, but you see the one that will betray the Son of Man, it's better that that one is not born. That means there are sins higher than sin. And in the same vein, He said, he that committed adultery or fornication sinneth against his own body. We are in a world full of different Babylonian systems, in a very corrupt and wicked world. But if you can stand on your own and stand pure, there is nowhere you cannot command things. One of your biggest prayers is that, Lord, keep me pure, never to be corrupt. A man that has conquered immorality has conquered 90% of his battle. No matter what the enemy do to you, you will win. And
Pastor Chris in that clip said everybody's prayer should be that God should keep them pure. Are you pure? Is Pastor Chris pure? Is Doris pure? I want to hear from you, and leave your comments in the comment section. Let's discuss. Thank you again for joining me. Have a good day.